So, should cross references or definitions be used in legislation? Current California statutes often define a term used in a statute by making reference to an existing definition that's usually contained in another section of the same code or perhaps in an entirely different code. In addition, a state law might use reference to another state law rather than repeat the same language in the new statute. So, what are some examples of this? The definition of vulnerable communities. So it says vulnerable communities has the same meaning as provided in subdivision D of section 71340. Another example would be this act does not affect the statute of limitations described in subdivision F of section 1788.30 of the Civil Code. In both of these examples, one statute refers to or points the reader to a definition or a provision of law that's contained elsewhere in California statutes. After hearing these two examples, it raises a question whether this is a good approach or not to take, or should new statutes replicate the same definitions in the new section of law. There are also instances in which California laws may incorporate by reference an entire program or activity that's undertaken by an executive branch agency. So, one example from a recent bill is a certified treatment program means an outpatient program certified pursuant to Chapter 7, commencing with Section 11830 of Part 2. Now, in this instance, the term is defined by referring to a large section of existing state law. We regularly draft bills in California, like it's done in many other states, by making reference to or incorporating by reference another existing statute for purposes of efficiency, consistency. We don't want to clog our codes with the same language in multiple sections of the law, etc. On the other hand, for the reader of a bill or even an enacted statute, the cross-reference then requires the reader to turn to that other statute in the same code, or perhaps consult an entirely different code in order to find and read the definition or understand the regulatory scheme that the new bill or the new statute is capturing. As a result, some readers prefer having a statute replicate the language rather than have a cross-reference to another code section. Whichever approach is preferable, California bills generally refer to existing definitions or statutory provisions by section reference as a drafting guideline.